All right, this is Jerry from Coastline Mazda. Going to give you a preview of the Mazda CX-5 GT with the Biax Xenon headlights. We're going to start right here at Coastline Mazda. I'm going to take you through the town where we're going to see regular city lights, and then we're going to take it into the dark highway zone and check it with the high beams on and just see how good the visual really is. I know I've had a lot of questions as to how bright these lights really are. Note this is the GT, not the GT Tech, so these are not the adaptive headlights that will turn into the corner, but this is the GT with the Biax Xenon ultra bright headlights. So I hope this picks up well on camera and everybody gets a good idea what it does look like. This is done off a GoPro Hero, so it should be pretty good. Perfect time of the night, just like we normally deal with here in Campbell River. It is rainy and stormy, and I've got my automatic lighting on as well as my automatic windshield wiper blades. So if you're able to pick up on the speed of my windshield wiper blades going back and forth, that is all automatic, and it will alternate speeds according to the weather. So far you can see that the road signs are lighting right up with the Biax Xenon ultra bright white light. They show up way ahead of time, and of course this is in a very lit environment, so I'm gonna try and set it up so that I don't have any cars in front of me, so when I do hit the highway and the highway speeds, that I'll be able to turn on my high beams and really check out the difference between high beams and low beams with the Biax Xenon headlights on the Mazda CX-5. Here we go, we're into the dark. As you can see clearly, it is lighting up the road right into the ditch. It is white bright. It makes the reflectors on the road come right out, and this inland highway that we have on Vancouver Island is very well built, and it's great if you have the proper lighting for sure. I've taken this drive with some rather not so good lighting, and then of course I've been spoiled with the driving of both the adaptive Mazda CX-5 headlighting, and then of course what we're in is the GT Mazda CX-5 Biax Xenon headlights. So enjoy the show, folks. I'll note another thing, I am going to stay in the slow lane so I can talk a little bit about the all-wheel drive system going to work here for us. With the CX-5 and the all-wheel drive, we are running off of the 27 different sensors that scan the road conditions 200 times a second. So it is going to be working for you the whole time. And this is one of the vehicles that once you drive it in the slow lane and you're digging through these really deep rain ruts, most people switch over to the fast lane just to get out of the ruts. I actually challenge the CX-5 every time going through the ruts and enjoying the capability. So here we are, we're just going to get past this intersection here, and then it's going to turn into complete darkness, highway lights, and as you can see we are looking, you know, a quarter mile ahead and seeing everything. It is very stormy and very rainy and very windy and in worst case scenario conditions here, and the wind is just a blustering. I am going to maintain speed limit of 120 so that you guys can acknowledge that you know, this vehicle does handle the road so nicely. Here we go with the bright lights now, folks. Wow, look at that. Like, bright as you can get the lights for sure. Now in the GT technology package, there is a high beam control, so I wouldn't have to have my finger over the high beam controls at the moment, but because I know there's oncoming cars due to that light in the horizon, I'm going to have to turn them back off, and here we go. Now we're back to regular high beams, or regular lights, or regular nighttime lights with the Biax Xenon in the Mazda CX-5 GT. I hope this shows up well so everybody can get a real good idea of how good these lights really show up. I don't think you can really get an idea of how stormy it is. We are going 120 right now, and the The car is waving a little bit just due to the fact that I'm paying a little bit more attention to my talking down the road, which is not a huge big deal because I do have trust in this vehicle, even in the slow lane. Now that guy has only one light. Very dangerous driving for that character right now. You don't want to be that guy, that's for sure. So back on they come. Oh, a little bit too premature while I turned those on. I guess there's somebody on the way and I didn't really pay attention, but that's okay. Check out how well the all-wheel drive is fighting this slow lane with the ruts. I mean, this is as stormy as it gets. You really don't even want to be driving in conditions like this, just due to the fact that it's generally unsafe. No matter how good your vision is, the vision is impaired. The lighting is saving me right now. So enjoy the drive as we go through this really dark zone with the high beams on in the 2016.5 Mazda CX-5 GT all-wheel drive. One thing I do find every time I get into one of these vehicles, if you don't set the cruise control, man, you can lose track of your speed. This car picks up and you don't even really think much about the danger you could be putting yourself in going, you know, over the speed limit in this type of weather. I started slipping up to 130 there pretty fast for this type of condition, but like I said, I have full confidence in the Mazda CX-5 and it has a lot of fun charging through these. The slow lane with the dips and the doodles. And I remember driving even my little Honda Civic down the highway, and it just did not want to play the game this one's playing right now. So I am turning off a Jubilee here, and it's going to go into some city driving again, so you can see the lighting as it varies through regular driving, highway driving, and of course city driving. I hope this video helps out people that are challenged by the nighttime driving and of course are looking for a vehicle that does brighten the road up. This is a worst case scenario situation when it comes to stormy, and of course the intersection right here seems to be tamed right down, but it is definitely still a stormy evening. The wind is just a howling out there. Last night it felt like my house was going to blow down. It was so windy here in Campbell River. And yeah, there's no chance the house is blowing down. It just sounds like it. So we're coming off of we're coming off the highway here into town. This is generally, I mean, the fog, as you can see, is coming into effect here. This is the majority of the deer hitting zone in Campbell River. There's no fences around here. So they can pop out at any time. It is quite a dark road, and as you can see, it's lit right up. Give you a little bit of a high beam experience as well here, now that I don't have anybody in front of me. And that's that. And as you can see, the oncoming traffic. Turn my lights down, and with the glare off the road, I mean, even the white lights kind of fight that glare. It's really awesome, actually. I hope this shows up well on the GoPro so people can get a good idea of, you know, what I'm seeing. What I see may be different than what's on the camera, so we're going to just play it all right through as I enter. I left work and I'm going home, and I took the highway. I didn't take the side roads like I normally do. It's about a 14-minute drive either way, but I find the highway much quicker, storm or no storm. Another cool thing about the Bike Xenon headlights is the other vehicles, how well they show up on the road, and with some of the new designs and the paints. I mean, some of these vehicles just pop onto this new Bike Xenon lighting. I mean, it's, as you can see, the vehicle in front of me is lighting right up. It's not just, I'm not just watching tail lights move along anymore. I can see the color of the paint come through, you know. So we're at about 10 minutes worth of video here. I am gonna play it out right as, you know, I'm gonna leave home and I'm gonna leave work and make it home. So the video is gonna be as long as whatever it takes. I hope you guys watch the video right through. I'm working with Coastline Mazda with their YouTube channel. We're gonna try and get this channel alive again. If somebody does like the videos that I'm producing, which this will be a very simple GoPro lighting video, please like, subscribe, and share these videos so that the word can get out, the views can be had, and it also helps me with wanting to go out and make these videos more and more. I know there's a bunch of things about the Mazda that I want to see, that I want to look up, and I see they're not there, so I am going to go through a lot of different details of the Mazda lineup and all the little things that do make a Mazda as great as they are. So if you do like the video, just remember to press the like button, subscribe, please share the video so everyone else can just see how good these Mazda CX-5's lighting really are. I will be making another video with the Mazda CX-5 in the GT Tech package, which has the eye adaptive headlighting system, and of course that will have a little bit more in depth because it does turn 15 degrees into the corners. So I do want to test a few things with pedestrian walkways, and then of course turning longer turns on a big island highway, and see how far into the ditch it really does look. Otherwise, this lighting, as you notice, goes right to the edge of the road, even about 15 meters into the edge of the road, and then of course about 15 meters into the other people in oncoming traffic. So whether you can see well or not, and I know these lights are pretty bright for the oncoming traffic, but safety first.